Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has been considered one of the top prospects in baseball since the Toronto Blue Jays signed him at the age of 16. After consecutive American League Championship Series appearances in 2015 and 2016, the franchise now EO appears to be focused on a rebuild with the 19-year-old phenom as their centerpiece. The Jays, currently 48-57, 25.5 games in back of the AL East's leading Boston Red Sox, began tearing down their Major League roster last week with the trade of starter Happ to the New York Yankees, and continued in the final 48 hours before the July 31st non-waiver trade deadline, dealing suspended closer Roberto Osuna to the Houston Astros, reliever Aaron Loup to Philadelphia, and pitcher John Axford to the Dodgers. Guerrero, who hit .402 with 14 home runs and 60 runs batted in for Double-A New Hampshire, moved one step closer to the majors with his debut for the Triple-A Buffalo Bisons on Tuesday. Guerrero walked in his first three plate appearances against Lehigh Valley pitcher Ranger Suarez, made a pair of nice defensive plays at third base, drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the sixth, and ground out in the eighth inning to go 0-for-1 in the 11-8 loss in front of nearly 9,500 fans to Coca-Cola Field. The power-hitting third baseman is fully recovered from a knee injury that kept him off the field for 5 weeks and is now looking to make his mark in Buffalo, which has generated some understandable hype and is expected to make large numbers of Blue Jays fans travel down the Queen Elizabeth Way to western New York. "I don't feel any pressure, I just try to get better every day and try to do my job and do the things I need to do," Guerrero said through translator and Jays mental performance coach Rafael Dubois. "I'm not surprised by the hype, I just need to come here and put up my numbers and do the best I can." Tulowitzki remains optimistic on return to Blue Jays. Guerrero's promotion was delayed a few days so that he could attend the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies in Cooperstown, New York to honor his father Vladimir Guerrero Sr. Jim Thome, Chipper Jones, Alan Trammell, Jack Morris and Trevor Hoffman. "I felt really happy that my dad achieved that he got to the Hall of Fame because it showed how much work he put in to get there," Guerrero said. "My favorite part of the day was spending time with my dad and godfather, Pedro Martinez. In spite of having his father, Uncle Wilton Guerrero, and godfather as influences, the youngster's idol growing up was a fellow Dominican who also played the hot corner." Rangers third baseman Adrian Beltre has always been my idol since I was a little kid. I used to like to watch David Ortiz as well, but my favorite player when I was growing up was Beltre. The Montreal-born youngster, who wore his father's number 27 and batted third in his debut, indicated that he is up for the challenge of facing more experienced pitching in Triple-A and expressed confidence in his abilities to play in Toronto in the near future. "The Blue Jays have done a great job. A patient approach is the best thing for him. Sometimes you bring guys along quickly. You picture each individual differently, and obviously for Vladimir, it's been gradual. He did a great job in AA as we all know, so it's time to give it a shot in Triple-A," Bisons manager Bobby Nachum said. Vladimir knows what his dad went through, but he's been in big league situations all through his life. And this is part of what he has to go through now. Meacham, who played for the Yankees from 1983 to 1988, indicated that he had not seen or heard as much excitement about a young player since Bryce Harper played in the minors, but also offered a cautionary tale about young phenoms being called up and how that is no guarantee of stardom. MLB Trade News, breaking down Blue Jays deadline deals. I remember Yogi Berra saying about young guys coming up. Jose Rijo was the one guy who came up when I was in New York because the Mets had Dwight Gooden. We brought our 18-year-old up that was throwing real good, and I remember Billy Martin just shaking his head and saying he's seen it before. Remember Joe Charbonneau, the 1980 AL Rookie of the Year who had injuries and his major league career 2 years later? There are some good players, but not everyone pans out. In the end, Guerrero realizes that he is subject to the Blue Jays timetable, and that could mean not be called up to the majors until early next season, as prized prospects Gleyber Torres and Chris Bryant were in their rookie years, to delay his service time and extend his qualifying for free agency.